Hello, good people. This is Avril Hatala, and today's inward portrait is all about Madonna. Born to parents Madonna Fontaine and her Italian father, Silvio Ciccone, in Harrington Hills, Michigan, the only white family in the neighborhood, Madonna Louise Ciccone was named after her mother on August the 16th, 1958. Madonna, who was called Little Nani, is the little sister to Anthony and Martin. She quickly became the third child in a lower-income family of 6, and things got even tighter financially. At 5 years old, Madonna's world was devastated when in 1963, her 30-year-old mother was diagnosed with breast cancer and died within a year. It was a hard adjustment for Madonna when her dad started dating the babysitter shortly after her mom passed, and it became even harder after he married the babysitter 3 years later. Madonna's new stepmom would dress Madonna and her sisters alike, which Madonna hated. Madonna got good grades in school with very little effort, and all the children studied classical music. To escape, Madonna would listen to music, particularly the artists at Motown. Her favorites were Diana Ross, Stevie Wonder, Frankie Lyman. Madonna got a taste of fame in 1969 when she won a talent competition imitating Goldie Hawn while wearing a bikini on stage. During that time, Goldie was on a television show called Laugh-In. Madonna was a cheerleader and an avid theater student. She always had a boyfriend. She joined the jazz dance class at her school. She quickly outperformed even the teacher, so she started going to the Christopher Flynn Ballet School. Christopher was the first gay guy Madonna met. He took her to the underground scene of Detroit and introduced her to the nightlife. Madonna graduated from high school in 1976. In the meantime, Christopher became a dance teacher at the University of Detroit and encouraged Madonna to audition for a dance scholarship. She did. She got it, and she got in. Madonna partied hard and danced hard. She was a college freshman at 17 years old and living every second of her life. She was poor, so she was thin. She ate butterscotch candy and worked a job off campus, but didn't keep jobs long, so she started shoplifting to make ends meet. Around her junior year in college, Madonna wanted to jumpstart her career. She wanted the Big Apple. Her dream was to join a good dance company. Graduating from university was low on her priority list. Christopher was there encouraging her to ditch. It was 1977 and Madonna was in New York, sleeping in squalor and random men's sofas. She got one-off jobs, but her eye was on the prize of dancing. In November 1978, she auditioned for Pearl Lang Dance Company and was selected. She even danced for Alvin Ailey. But the New York City professional dance scene was tough to break into. One evening at a party at Pearl Lang's house, Madonna was spotted by Norris Burroughs. He liked how she was spinning while she danced. Norris had a band called the Breakfast Club. His bandmates were Dan and Ed Elroy. At first, Madonna looked at the band as a tool. They offered her a place to stay and free dibs on learning to play many instruments. That wasn't enough. Madonna wanted to be the main singer in the band. Needless to say, she quit the band. By 1979, Madonna was doing anything and everything to become a star, including starring in a film called A Certain Sacrifice, for free. With no income coming in, Madonna had to resort to posing for nudes to earn money. She sung background for Ozzy Osbourne. Eventually, Madonna decided to start her own band called Emmy. In July 1983, Madonna released her first album called Madonna. It had 16 top 5 singles, including Holiday. She came out with her crucifixes and classic 1980s look. Her second album was Like a Virgin. It sold 3.5 million copies within 3 weeks. Her albums were selling 80,000 copies a day. On August the 16th, 1985, at the age of 26 years old, Madonna and Sean Penn were married on a mountaintop in Malibu, California. They later filmed a movie together called Shanghai Surprise. And that's when Madonna came to understand the aggravations with fame. She testified in court against her stalker, a Mr. Haskins, in 1988. He broke into her house and threatened to cut her from ear to ear if she didn't become his wife. Add that on top of the fact that she and Sean would get caught fighting. Sean would even fight with the paparazzi. Madonna's third album, True Blue, sold 17 million copies worldwide, and it featured Papa Don't Preach, which got her in trouble with the Vatican because it was about a girl not getting an abortion. It was during this time that Madonna started her grueling exercise routine for her Who's That Girl tour, but then it very quickly became a lifestyle. Who's That Girl was a song, movie, and world concert tour. In May 1988, Speed the Plow was a play that Madonna starred in about the dark side of Hollywood. It was evident that her relationship with Sean Penn, who was in and out of trouble for drinking and fighting, was coming to an end. Madonna called Malibu police to their home. She was badly beaten. On September the 14th, 1989, Sean and Madonna divorced. On January the 25th, 1989, Pepsi foolishly did not see the music video for the song Like a Prayer until it was released. It featured Madonna on an altar performing intimate acts. Her 1990 album, Blonde Ambition, was all about intimate acts and self-pleasure. Surprise, surprise, she was canceled in Italy. MTV banned her music video, Justify My Love. Madonna's 1992 book was metal covered and titled SEX. It featured her in a variety of poses, nude, semi-clothed, and vulnerable. It spawned her song and fourth album, Erotica, which also got banned from MTV. So people having negative things to say about Madonna is like offering her bread to go with her butter. It's a backhand way of her getting fed and attention being paid.
Critics and fans alike began to wonder if Madonna had gone too far, if indeed such a thing were possible.
I think her message is trash. I think it's demeaning to women. I think it encourages violence, S&M, against women. I think it's an abomination for children to watch her simply because of her message, not her talent.
Well, I think Madonna comes out and says, I'm going to expose the hypocrisy of this kind of thinking. Of course women have sexual fantasies, and of course they're not pleasant, sweet, streams flowing by or wind blowing in the breeze, whereas men are perfectly able to have whatever horrible sexual fantasies, as in horror films or pornography or slasher films, and nobody really says that much.
Madonna has been a star since she was 17 years old and stood on the stage at her high school and did her rendition of Goldie Hawn to an audience full of applause.
I'm very interested in street life. I'm interested in the grittiness, the underside of life, the side that isn't so beautiful, the side that isn't so perfect.
Madonna isn't afraid to speak out against hypocrisy, only she doesn't do it by marching in the streets. Instead, she puts her money and actions behind what she believes. She's a good ally to have. At the age of 38, Madonna gave birth to a girl named Lourdes Marie Ciccone Leon in Los Angeles on October the 14th, 1996. The father was Carlos Leon, Madonna's trainer. Madonna starred in the musical Evita, and it was truly her first hit movie because it was a musical. The film grossed $140 million at the box office. In 1997, it won Oscar for Best Song. Madonna had a wild love affair with Tupac in 1993. They were lovers, friends, and each other's muse. It's clear that Tupac was the love of Jada Pinkett's life, but was Madonna Tupac's greatest love?
Madonna and Tupac hit it off straight away, supporting each other in secret.
I'm forever meeting people and they're always saying to me, God, you're not anything like I thought you'd be.
Madonna is real nice. She's a good person. She helped me a lot. She was real cool, like any one of my homeboys.
When he first got arrested, nobody had his back. He said the first person that came to have his back was Madonna.
Why did it never spill into the public?
Madonna was at the height of her career, and news about the two hooking up would have created a media frenzy.
Madonna started dating Guy Ritchie, a British film director. She became pregnant. Rocco John Ritchie was born on August 11, 2000. Shortly after, she was set to marry Guy Ritchie in December 22, 2000. Madonna went through hell and back to adopt her Malawian kids, David, who was in an orphanage, and Mercy. Both kids' mothers had passed away, and the kids were sickly. The media claimed Madonna was stealing David from orphanages. Plus, according to the Malawian law, foreigners could not adopt children without living in the country for at least 1 year and a half. But Madonna's lawyers were able to circumvent that law. Mercy was about 4 years old when Madonna wanted to adopt her, but the Malawian lawyer claimed that Madonna was unfit mother because she was divorced. Madonna was outraged and determined to get her little girl. She filed a lawsuit and took it all the way to Supreme Court. Her case ended up changing the Malawian laws around adoption. After 3.5 years, she finally won her case and was able to take baby Mercy home. She later adopted twins, Estella and Esther, from Malawi. If that's not enough, Madonna opened Malawi's first children's surgery and intensive care hospital and named it Mercy James after her daughter, Mercy. As of December 2022, David and Mercy are 16. Estella and Esther are 9 years old. For all of Madonna's explicit artistry and modes of expression, she really came through with her support behind AIDS. Her friend and dance instructor, Christopher Flynn, died from the virus. Madonna was devoted to raising money for research. Madonna welcomes controversy and criticism. Praising her is like daring her to go further.
Of these strange avatars that we have created is Madonna, who has become so strange. It is almost like we are watching somebody facing a real mental crisis, which is what Instagram really has become. Various women acting out their mental crises. Here are some photos of her. She's wearing fishnet tights. She posted this to her personal Instagram. She has her boob out. She is in leather, and she is biting what looks to be a leather, the end of her metal bed. And she's wearing, just to be extra controversial, she's wearing a cross around her neck. And yeah, fishnets and heels, half naked, actually more than half naked. And this is meant to be seductive. And she has her buttocks out through the fishnets and she's bending over on top of a pillow. And I look at this and I say, would you do this? She's under the bed in this one photo. She's under the bed with her butt in the air in fishnets. She's 63 years old, I believe. I look at these photos and I ask myself, would you do this in real life, Madonna?
She will always give herself to you and leave breathless. Madonna is still full of life and has a body that is strong. After all, that is her instrument, an extension of her voice that at age 66 she is still using today. Madonna is an example of evolving while staying true to yourself. She didn't let Hollywood chew her up. In fact, she carved out her lane that took her straight to the top, where she currently resides. According to Guinness World Records, Madonna is the best-selling female recording artist of all time, with 335 million albums sold worldwide. Madonna took risks that compromised her career time and time again, just being true to herself and her art. She, Madonna, is that girl. Hello good people, this is Avril Hatala, and I want to remind you that some things being shared in this video is under the Fair Use Copyright Act of 1976. The comments and opinion in this video is for entertainment and educational purposes only.